Are there bad vegans? No, I don't think so. I don't think there is such thing as a bad vegan. This video is about the new Netflix series documentary or docu-series called Bad Vegan. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige and this is Being Paige. And I don't typically do videos like this, but I just felt really compelled. For those of you who know me, I'm a very passionate person, especially when it comes to my veganism. And even though when I first went vegan, I was definitely like the preachy type because it's like a phase that we all go through. But now I've become more accepting the truth that we all have free will and we're all gonna choose what we wanna do. Like, obviously I'm not gonna try to control another person, like that's just a waste of my time and energy, but I never think it's wrong to educate because there is a lack of education and a lot of misinformation in terms of like the health benefits of being vegan, even the environmental benefits. Like, that's a whole other thing to get into and that's not what the video is about. But the title already is like very triggering. And of course I was like, okay, I have to watch this. So me and my husband watched it. It's like a 4-part series. Each part is like an hour long. And it's basically about this woman who created a very, very successful raw vegan restaurant in New York City. And she's vegan, at least she was when she was doing that restaurant and running it and after. And so there was a part where she was mentioning that she was talking to a guard at the jail she was at, and after that conversation, however short it was, she thought she had convinced him to maybe even start giving up meat. So to me that seemed like, okay, well clearly she's still passionate and wants to like share about why she's vegan and the benefits of being vegan. So I thought that was kind of cool. But in the title itself is so frustrating. And I'm not angry about it per se, I'm just like kind of annoyed. I think that's my overall mood. The name Bad Vegan has nothing to do with vegans. Let me say that again. It has nothing to do with vegans. First of all, this is such a clickbait thing. And even the term clickbait is not a vegan friendly term. But it is truly a clickbait title and it's all for marketing. And this is what I hate about marketing, is like it totally plays on people's emotions, and I get why they chose that label in terms of Sarma. Like, she was so many things besides just being vegan. But because she had such a successful vegan business, they wanted to harp on that. But it's so annoying to me because whether or not she did slip up, which there is no proof that she backslid and had, you know, cheese or meat, but when a vegan accidentally or on purpose, whatever, eats, you know, dairy or meat or fish, we call them a bad vegan. But we never call, say, a carnist or a non-vegan, we never say that they're a bad carnist or a bad meat eater for eating vegan food. So why should we just use that in terms of vegans who may slip up? I don't understand. And yes, I get that there has been a trend of vegans, especially public vegans on YouTube, who came out and said, oh, I'm ex-vegan now, this is why I chose to stop being vegan, yada yada yada. Okay, whatever, that's their decision. If that's what they think is the healthiest for them, so be it. Again, we each have free will. That's been given to us by the universe. So whatever caused them to change their mind is totally something that they're dealing with. And who am I to say that that's the right or wrong decision for them? I know what's right for me, and it's to be a vegan, which is not just a diet choice for me, it's a lifestyle choice. I think with having such a vocal presence on social media platforms, it can get kind of convoluted when you're talking about something for so long and so passionate about it, and you have people following you, especially young, impressionable people, and then you change so drastically, it confuses people. I'm not saying we should hold so much hope in one person, especially if it's just one stranger on social media, but I wish we all had done, or we do, our own research in terms of diets and just like our health in general, because if if one did look, they'll find plenty that they need to find in terms of why being vegan is a great choice overall. Yes, I get that this movie totally banked on the whole anti-vegan sentiment, which is frustrating as a vegan. And even in one of the headlines, I guess, a lot of the headlines had stuff centered around veganism and her not being a good vegan and yada yada yada. And there was like one line in a newspaper article that said something about give her a cheeseburger because she looked really skinny in her mugshot. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, first of all, for her to be that size, I guess, really made sense to me that she was vegan, because she was choosing not to eat the foods that she could have ate to, you know, put a few pounds on, because she wasn't able to find many vegan choices. And she was at least able to eat Chipotle, which I'm grateful Chipotle has vegan options. But if anything, that should be a statement to her dedication to being vegan. And it was sad to see that picture of her, because she did not look healthy at all. You could just tell in her eyes that she was really depressed and down. And it's sad to me that, again, like, the media just totally blew up this whole Domino's thing, which, again, annoyed. The one journalist who was like the main guy in this whole series talking about Sarma's story mentioned the word holier than thou, and I don't feel vegans have that. I mean, I'm vegan, yes, but I've never felt like I'm better than another. Like, I sometimes feel like I may be more educated, but again, that was because I sought out that education. Like, I went vegan because of passion with no education. But then when I decided to go down that rabbit hole, I learned and learned and learned, and I loved to be able to decide and think for myself when it came to what information I was able to find based off of this. And so I think, you know, ignorance is bliss, and I know tons of people who want to be ignorant. Okay, that's their choice. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, and I don't know any other vegan who's saying that they're better than anyone. But what it comes down to is where we put our awareness into. And my awareness has been into this vegan movement, and it's not stopping anytime soon. I didn't see Sarma, the woman, the raw vegan, as being holier than thou. I think she got caught into this really manipulative, abusive relationship with her husband, and I think he had an extreme case of narcissistic personality disorder. And that's a disorder that's characterized by a lot of things, but some of it's like grandiosity, a need for admiration, lack of empathy, which is huge, and a need to control everything, like micromanage everything, be at the center of attention of everything. Those are just a few of the traits of somebody with narcissistic personality disorder. And I'm pretty sure that Anthony, Shane, whatever that guy's name was, had that. And however he was able to manipulate Sarma worked, and she seemed to be a pretty caring, compassionate, and empathetic person. And I think he was able to tap into her weak spots and use that, you know, for his benefit, which is unfortunate. You know, the ending was super weird to me. Like, it left on a strange note that I was like, something feels off. And I'm sure that's just my intuition telling me that there's clearly more to the story, which there always is. We're not going to get every single part and nuance of the story in just a short docu-series, because it's also told through the lens of one person, who I'm assuming is the journalist, or at least the person who decided to, you know, produce this series. So regardless of what's going to happen to Sarma and that guy, I don't know, but I think still she did an amazing job of creating a very successful raw vegan restaurant, which probably paved the way for other raw vegan restaurants. Whether or not she really did slip up and eat meat, I don't think she should be shunned for. I think we do make mistakes, and it's only a chance to learn and grow as a being. I don't think labels control us, and we are more than just labels. Even though I call myself vegan all the time, I'm more than just vegan. Like, there's more to me than that. Yeah, part of me feels bad for Sarma, because it feels like she got caught in this like Stockholm syndrome type of relationship with this guy, and but who knows? I don't know if she has remorse. It kind of seemed like she did, but she didn't. I'm not sure if she was like aware of the repercussions that happened because of her decision. I don't think vegans present themselves as being better than others. I really think it's the maybe internalized guilt of people who do eat meat and dairy and fish that feel like that from vegans. I think we all know our true being and our true nature, and I don't think that's one aligned with violence and killing animals for meat. Maybe there is this deep guilt that non-vegans have that cause them to think that, but I'm not aware of placing that guilt on others intentionally, and I don't think I make people feel bad about eating meat. My whole family isn't vegan. I'm the only vegan, and I've been the only vegan in my family for years. And maybe in the beginning, like I said, I was that preachy vegan, which happens to the best of us, but I haven't caused them to stop eating meat. And again, it's not my job to do that. I can only live by example, and I feel like I do that because actions do speak louder than words. This is just my take on that show as a vegan, and maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't, but maybe watch for yourself and think for yourself. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye.